Hi, welcome to another video. This time it's something different. We have decided to start a new video series called Facts and Fusion, and the topics will be technology, sports, films, or anything to experience facts and information in a very relaxed atmosphere. Football is the world's biggest sport. Since the start, it has provided paramount influence in the sports world. Played by over 200 countries, with more than 350 club leagues and championships. The FIFA World Cup is the world's most popular sporting event. And FIFA, being one of the most influential sporting boards around the world, has its own different branches in every different parts of the world. The Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga and the Champions League are one of the world's most viewed sporting tournaments, and the players has followers from different corners of the world. The fans lives on the street the whole year just to save money to watch their teams play. In terms of money, the Premier League alone generated about £3.84 billion just during the 18-19 season. Well, having some of the biggest and powerful names and broadcasting capabilities is one of the many reasons behind such number. So over such huge number of clubs and players and billions of pounds of dollars and over 4.5 billion fans all over the world is enough to consider football a separate industry on its own. But despite of such raging popularity, materialism and craze, what went wrong with Indian football? Football in India was introduced by the British soldiers in the mid-19th century, but it was spread throughout the country by the efforts of Sri Nagendra Prasad. The history of football in India is a long and detailed one, so let's focus on the most important occasions. Number 1. Football was once considered as the national sport of the country. Number 2. It was once played to honor the Indian Army. Number 3. The Durand Cup, founded in Shimla, is the world's third most oldest football competition, and just behind the FA Cup from England and the Scottish Cup from the Scotland. Number 4. The AIFF Shield Cup is the world's fourth oldest competition and the second most oldest cup in the world. It was founded in West Bengal and soon made Calcutta the hub of Indian football. Number 5. The oldest Indian club was Mohun Bagan FC, which was rebranded from Mohun Bagan Sporting Club. It was even the first Indian club to be under the rule of Indian Army. The first Indian federation was the Indian Football Association, founded in 1893, but due to the colonial rule, not a single Indian was on its board. Several clubs were formed and more competitions were introduced, and gradually more Indian players showed up in the tournaments. But the major event that helped in the rise of Indian football was the win in the 1911 final of the AIFF Shield Cup, where Mohun Bagan Athletic Club defeated East Yorkshire Regiment in a 2-1 scoreline. The win was a major one, as it was the first time when any Indian football team won a major national tournament. In the 1948 London Olympics was India's first ever international tournament, where they predominantly played barefooted and lost 2-1 to France. But the Indian team was heavily praised by the crowd for their sporting manner. There was even a witty story after the game. As the Indians played barefooted, the British media expressed that the French had been given a run for their money, and that too by the barefooted Indians. On asking what was the reason behind their barefoot football, the then Indian captain replied, "Well, you see, we play football in India, whereas you play boot ball." The comment made lots of news back then. But the interesting thing was that the only goal scored against France by Sarangapani Raman was the first ever international goal scored by any Indian. The football governing body, AIFF, valued Olympics more than the FIFA World Cup. So even after default qualification in the FIFA World Cup finals, the AIFF decided to go against it. The reason behind this, as stated by the governing body, was cost of travel, lack of practice time, and not considering FIFA as any important event. But there's a conspiracy behind India's disqualification from the tournament. Some say the FIFA board banned barefoot play following the 1948 Olympics, where India played barefooted. The then captain Sailen Manna refused that and said that the entire new rule was invented to cover up. And the Indian national football team never qualified for the FIFA World Cup since then. The Golden Era. The period from 1951 to 1962 is commonly referred to as India's Golden Era, as they competed for and won various titles. Two Asian Games gold medal in 1951 and 1962, sandwiched a fourth-place finish in the 1956 Melbourne Olympics, and victories in various other tournaments. In the 1960 Olympics in Rome is the new-booted Indian team, held France a draw, gave scare to the much-vaunted Hungarian team before bowing out in the group stages unfortunately. Indian football has underperformed ever since, failing to keep in sync with the tactical and physical progress made by the rest of the world. The rise of cricket as India's primary sport, loss of mass interest in football, and decades of neglect saw India's global standing at the below average as the years to follow. Well, that's the part 1 of the video, guys. Do stay tuned for the second part, which is the most interesting part, with the establishment of National Football League as India's first ever domestic league, and the Baichung Bhutia and Sunil Chhetri era, and the foundation of Reliance Football and Indian Super League. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you want to see more videos about the topics you want, do comment down below and I will make sure I read them all. Thanks again and signing out.